Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into how you can finally cure that tool hoarding anxiety that honestly has been creeping up on pretty much all of us. You know the exact feeling I'm talking about, right? Having like 15 different tabs of AI apps open that you signed up for but have literally never actually used. Well, we're going to fix that today. We are going to build a highly practical, incredibly efficient AI workflow from absolute scratch. Let's get right into it.
So there's this quote that just perfectly hits the nail on the head. It points out the massive mistake almost all beginners make. We collect tools before we even know what problem we actually want to solve. We sign up for every brand new chatbot, every image generator, every smart note-taking app, basically just out of pure FOMO. But we do all that without building a single useful habit. And what happens? We end up with a dozen subscriptions, total confusion, and absolutely zero actual productivity gained. It's just a classic case of putting the cart way before the horse.
So here's our roadmap for today to get you completely out of that hype cycle. We'll start with the AI tool trap, then move on to building your very first AI stack. After that, we'll look at the absolute best beginner tools, map out some genuinely smart workflows, and wrap the whole thing up with the golden rules of AI.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, the AI tool trap. Before we even look at a single piece of software, I really want you to ask yourself, how many tools does a beginner actually need to be productive on a daily basis? I mean, think about all those insane top 50 AI tools you simply must try today lists that are constantly floating around the internet. How many of those are actually, truly essential? The answer is 3. Seriously, literally just 3. Maybe up to 5 at the absolute max to get started. And I love this because it completely shatters the expectations set by those endless internet lists. You really don't need some massive, complex dashboard of 20 applications to be considered an advanced user. You just need a tight, highly focused toolkit. Because at the end of the day, a small AI stack used consistently is infinitely better than a massive collection of tools that you only use once. Think of it exactly like a gym membership. Owning 20 pieces of expensive home workout equipment that just gather dust in your garage isn't going to make you fit, right? But using 3 simple weights every single day, that will completely transform you. The exact same logic applies to artificial intelligence. Shifting away from tool hoarding and moving toward actual habit building is the single biggest paradigm shift we need to make today.
Okay, so let's get into Section 2, your first AI stack.
For your stack to be highly logical and actually useful, it needs 3 distinct roles. First up, an AI assistant to help you think, brainstorm, and draft. Second, a research or document tool to verify your information, check sources, or maybe analyze long PDFs. And third, an output tool to actually build the final product, whether that happens to be a presentation, a video, or an image. Think, verify, create. It's basically a seamless little assembly line for your ideas. But how do we actually go about choosing the right software for these 3 steps? Well, to evaluate tools without just chasing trends, we use this highly practical, simple framework. It's super straightforward. Does the tool have an easy setup? Is it a clean interface? Does it have mistake tolerance so you can easily edit things if it messes up? Is the price actually reasonable? Are the limitations crystal clear? And most importantly, does it offer genuine everyday value for a task you actually repeat? If it doesn't check these boxes, it just doesn't make the cut for your stack.
Moving right along to Section 3, the best beginner tools.
Let's look at the heavy hitters for that Step 1 think phase, your daily drafting and brainstorming. Honestly, ChatGPT remains the best all-purpose starter because it's just incredibly flexible for mixed tasks like outlining and summarizing. But if you're doing a lot of heavy text work, Claude is fantastic. It's pretty much the undisputed champion for nuanced writing, making things sound natural, and refining your tone. And hey, if you already live in the Google ecosystem and want really strong value on a free tier, Gemini is a super solid choice.
Now, let's talk about the verify and create phases. When it is time to verify facts, Perplexity really leads the pack. It's built entirely around providing source-backed answers, which massively reduces those crazy AI hallucinations. If you're a student or researcher studying your own PDFs or meeting notes, NotebookLM is just unmatched for document analysis. And finally, when you're ready to create that output, Canva is incredibly easy for beginner design, mixing AI right in with their simple templates. And for short-form video, CapCut absolutely rules that space.
So here is the really crucial point. Your stack depends entirely on who you are and what you do. Look at how different these are. If you're a student, your 3 tools, maybe NotebookLM, Perplexity, and Gemini, look vastly different than a content creator who's relying on Claude, Canva, and CapCut.
You shouldn't be using a marketer stack if you're just trying to study for a biology exam, right? Pinpoint your primary use case first, and then choose your starter stack accordingly.
Okay, let's jump into Section 4, Building Smart Workflows. Beginners often think AI is weak or just spits out generic garbage. But honestly, most of the time, the real problem is just a prompt that completely lacks specific context. A weak prompt is going to get you a boring, generic, Wikipedia-style answer every single time. But watch what happens when you give the AI a very specific job description, including your audience, your goals, and your exact tone. It literally changes the output entirely, night and day.
Let's look at a real-world example so you can see how this actually builds into a smart workflow. Say you want to make an Instagram post. Instead of lazily asking one tool to do the whole thing poorly, have each tool perform one very specific job in a sequence. Step 1. Ask Claude to brainstorm 5 unique angles for your post. Step 2. Take the winning idea and run it straight through Perplexity to make sure your claims are actually factually accurate and up-to-date. Step 3. Move your newly verified text into Canva to format it into a beautiful, template-driven carousel. Guys, this is exactly how the pros are working right now.
Now, please, do not try to master all 3 steps by tomorrow. To avoid completely overwhelming yourself, follow this simple 30-day learning roadmap to slowly build up your practical fluency. Dedicate your entire first week to just chatting casually with ChatGPT or Claude. In week 2, introduce Perplexity to start checking some facts. By week 3, you can start chaining them together into a little workflow. This paced approach absolutely ensures that you build actual, lasting habits without feeling like you have to become a certified AI expert overnight. And finally, we've reached Section 5, the Golden Rules of AI. I literally cannot stress this enough. A polished, beautifully written AI answer is absolutely not the same thing as a verified, truthful answer. These models are explicitly designed to sound incredibly confident, even when they are completely hallucinating facts out of thin air. You absolutely must manually check statistics, pricing, and factual claims before you publish or send anything. You got to treat the AI like a really eager but sometimes very clumsy intern.
Okay, huge red flag here. Never, ever feed sensitive, personal, or corporate information into an AI prompt. Pasting real client names, phone numbers, or proprietary code is a massive privacy violation. Instead, the smart, professional approach is using bracketed placeholders. You just let the AI draft the general structure of the response, and then you manually fill in those private details later in your own secure email client. Keep your data safe.
So, what about your wallet? When do you actually pay for these things? Please don't fall into the trap of subscription stacking. You should only ever upgrade to a paid tier when a free plan is actively blocking a regular workflow that you are already doing consistently. If you're just testing things out, stay on the free tier for sure. Only open your wallet when a tool has definitively proven its everyday value and is actively, tangibly saving you time on professional output.
I want to leave you with this final, kind of provocative thought to really chew on. AI is an incredible study partner, it's a tireless drafter, and a truly brilliant assistant. But it shouldn't ever replace your underlying skills. If you don't know what good writing or good design actually looks like, the AI isn't going to magically make you a master. The real question is, what are you going to build with it now that you have the right, focused 3-tool stack? Are you going to let it do all the thinking for you, or will you use it to elevate your own unique ideas? Think on that. Go build your starter stack, and thanks for joining me on this explainer. Catch you next time.